Good morning, girls. The lesson today is Chapter 7, Lesson 3, and it's about factoring a trinomial of the form x power 2 plus bx plus c. Now, to remind you what we've took before, we did the factoring monomials. For example, if you have x power 2 plus 7x, this is what we did. We said we're going to break down x power 2, and this is 7x. You're going to take the common, which is x, and the rest you put it inside the parentheses. Now, then we did factoring binomial. For example, x into x minus 2 minus 3, x minus 2. So also we've took the common, which is x minus 2, and we put it outside, and what is left is inside. This is a monomial and this is a binomial. Now what if we have a trinomial in this form, x power 2 plus bx plus c? It has a special way of factoring. We'll start with, for example, taking this example, x power 2 plus 6x plus 8. Now, if you notice that 6 is B and 8 is C, B and C. What you have to do is you have to look for two numbers, any two numbers. If you multiply them, it will give you C, and if you add them, it will give you B. C, which means 8, and B, which means 6. So let's try to find these two numbers. For example, what times what will give me 8? Maybe you think 8 times 1. So 8 times 1 is 8, which is correct. Now let us check the other one. 8 plus 1. Is 8 plus 1 6? No, it's not. So the numbers that I'm looking for are not 8 and 1. Let's try another numbers. What times what is 8? I have 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8, which is correct. Now you have to add them. 2 plus 4. Is it B? Is it 6? Yes, it is. So the numbers that I'm looking for are 2 and 4. So basically, you write this one, the factored form is this. X plus 2 into x plus 4. That's it. This is the answer. This is the factored answer. So let us repeat. When you have a trinomial of this form, then you have to look for two numbers. If you multiply them, it will be C, which is 8. And the same numbers, if you add them, it will be B, which is 6. And these numbers are 2 and 4. Now, 2 and 4, if you multiply them, it's 8. And if you add them, it's 6. So once you find the numbers 2 and 4, you put them in this form of the factored form. It's x plus 2, x plus 4. Now you're going to say, how can I know which numbers? You just have to keep on trying until you get the correct answer. If you want to make sure that your answer is correct, as we said that the opposite of factoring is a distributive property. So you just do the inverse of the inverse of factoring. So I take the answer, which is x plus 2 into x plus 4. Let's do the distributive property. And it will be x power 2 plus 4x plus 2x plus 8, which is x power 2 plus 6x plus 8, and it is the same as the first one, So our answer is correct. Let's try another example. For example, if you have x power 2 plus 15x, plus 19x plus 60. So now I have to look for two numbers. If I multiply them, it will be 60. And if I add them, it will be 19. First thing I think about is 1 and 60. 1 times 60, if you multiply them, they are 60, correct. Now let's add them. Is the answer 19? No. So 1 and 60 are not the correct ones. Let's try another numbers. For example, 2 times 30. 2 times 30, it is 60, yes. But if I add them, is it 19? No, this is 32. So they are not the correct ones. Let's try another numbers. What times what will give me 60? For example, 4 times 15. 4 times 15 is 60. But is 4 plus 15, is it 19? Yes, it is. So the answers I'm looking for are 4 and 15. So simply you write the factored form as x plus 4 and x plus 15. Okay? So just the key or the way you start is you look for what times what will give you this number 60, which is C. Now what if I have a negative sign with B? For example, in example 2 you have x power 2 minus 10x plus 16. You do the same way. You have to think about two numbers. I multiply them, it will be 16. And if I add them, it will be negative 10. I would think, for example, about 2 times 8. 2 times 8 is 16, correct. But is 2 plus 8 negative 10? No, it's 10. So I have a problem with the sign. So I would think that to get a negative, let's put them negative, like this. Let's try it now. Is negative 2 times negative 8 16? Yes, it is. And is negative 2 negative 8, is it negative 10? Yes, because you remember two numbers of the same sign, you add them, and the answer is negative 10, which is correct. So the factored form will be x minus 2 into x minus 8. Okay?